Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Becoming Iconic. I'm here with Luan Nguyen of Deck Bros, and we're going to dive in and find out not only why he became an entrepreneur, but we're also going to make sure that you understand that if you take a chance on yourself, that you can win too.
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands.
Welcome to Build an Iconic Life podcast. I'm your host, Kris Whitehead, and this podcast is dedicated to help you build a life with zero regrets by focusing on how you have everything you need to stand up, stand out, and live life on your terms. Let's dive right in.
Welcome, Luan. How are you?
Hey man, I'm blessed, always blessed, blessing to be alive, blessing to wake up this morning and got a chance to be on your podcast.
I appreciate you, man. So where are you in the country?
I am in the middle of United States, Omaha, Nebraska.
Okay.
Tower of Warren Buffett. So
now you're an entrepreneur. How long have you been an entrepreneur?
I think I just started mid-COVID, man.
You became an entrepreneur mid-COVID?
Uh-huh.
All right, so you got to set that up. How, why? Tell me what was going on right before you made that decision.
So I was working at the casino, right? I was doing marketing for the casino, and they came down really hard on the casino industry. Like, so my casino was closed. They furlough everybody. And then, as you know, as a sales and marketing person, I get paid more on the bonus side, right, on the salary side. So basically, my income was overnight cutting a third, let's just say, for example. And I still have people to feed, so I'm like, shit, I got to find something else to do. So at first, I was getting bored, so I looked around the house, and at this point, I have no experience in construction whatsoever. I'm like, well, the siding need fixed. I'm gonna fix that. And then I look around. We were trying to buy a playhouse for the kid. Everywhere was sold out because everybody stay at home now.
Yeah.
They want to buy the playhouse, trampoline, and all that stuff was sold out or back order. So I'm like, well, shit. I think I might have to just build one for my kid. So I went and researched on YouTube, which saw to buy, what's the best way to, build a playground. So I bought a saw, built a playground. I'm like, shit, I actually kind of like this, So then I look over my deck. I'm like, well, my deck look like shit now. So why don't I just take a shot at it and fix it, make it brand new? So I'm like, somebody suggested to me, hey man, you can really make some money at this, And then I'm like, okay, mom, why don't you let me go fix your decks to make sure I really like this, So I did that. I'm like, well, I went home, started a Facebook page, slapped $20 of ad in it, and then the code started flowing in. That was it. I started business, just repair and staining decks back in 2020.
Man, it's funny. I'm a little bit older than you. And when I was 22, I began in some network marketing on the side to make some extra money.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time I was, about a year and a half later, I realized in order to really build that working 100 hours a week in a corporate job wasn't going to give me that time freedom. So what I did is I started flipping through the yellow pages. We didn't have the internet back then. Not like today anyway. And I ended up calling a realtor up. He didn't want any lawns mowed because I thought I would mow some lawns and make some quick cash because that's what I'd done as a kid. But he said he needed a countertop put in. And just like you, I had no knowledge of the industry other than helping my dad build a deck or two, And And I just figured it out as I went along. And I mean, here we are 25 years later. I own a, very successful remodeling company, other businesses, coaching. But it all began because I was willing to take a risk on me, and I was willing to do something that I thought was interesting. So, when we put that countertop in, I won't say it's the best one. I won't say that the first 10 jobs that we did are the best I've ever done, but I gave it all of me.
Right.
Like every bit. I went to the nth degree to make it as perfect as I could. And I think that's the staying power for people nowadays. If you fall into something, not that you just want to make money at, but you actually enjoy doing it, you naturally are inclined to become more masterful at what you do. And I'm curious. So you started this business a year and a half, 2 years ago. Would you consider yourself becoming more successful at what you do? Do you feel more comfortable now than you did 2 years ago in what you're doing?
Oh yeah, I feel I'm definitely it's not shy anymore, and I I know that, and in reality is I came from a very cutthroat industry, the casino industry. So I just take what I know from that industry and apply it to the construction industry. And I'm not saying that anything is easy because nothing is easy.
Right.
There's a lot of gap in the construction industry where I was able to exploit. So, for example, like communication, speed, things that 95% of the contractor don't pay attention to, like customer service, lead responsiveness, accuracy, things like that, to where I was able to come in and with some minimal effort was able to elevate to the top of the market. So definitely, I feel very comfortable now. I love what I'm doing. Not so much the business side of it, but you know, we gotta put in the work right now. So later on, if I want to go back to build decks, I can. Because right
Yeah.
now, the business required me to work on the business, not in the business.
Well, one of the biggest challenges for a lot of people that are entrepreneurs, and I coach a lot of entrepreneurs, so I see it everywhere, but it's how do you balance the time of working in the business versus on the business, and when is the right time to pull the trigger? And I want to see if you feel the same way. As a business owner, I have to kill what I eat. I don't get to show up and make money. So what that made me very conscious of very quickly, I couldn't make the same mistake more than maybe twice. The first time I made it, I was just confused. The second time I made it, I was like, wait, I think I've made this mistake before. And I had to innovate. I had to make changes because I realized, or something deep in my gut told me that if I did that again, I might have to go back and work at McDonald's. And I'm wondering, is that something that you've noticed too, that it naturally propels you to want to become better at what you do because you realize that you have to?
Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you a little story. I think this is now that I think about it, it's a blessing in disguise, right? But back then when it happened, I thought the world was going to end. So 1 month into the business, I broke my leg in half.
Oh my God,
I
man.
started in July, and in August, my leg was broken in half. So at this point, I'm a solopreneur, more like self-employed. I'm still doing the work, everything like that. So I'm like, shit, I gotta figure out another way where I can still generate money. So it's forced me to think far ahead. Like I need to figure out a way to where I don't have to feel anymore, but still pulling in the revenue. So like, how do I do that? Well, I'm on crutches, but I can still go sell jobs. So my backyard neighbor, actually, he's at fate would have it. He's my partner now. At fate would have it. He's he's Mexican and he got the connection to the industry. So I'm like, hey man, why don't you come help me out? And we'll just be 50-50 partner. And that's how our company started. was me asking for help. So he helped me completed all this outstanding job that I have. So I, at that point, wasn't able to physically do any work, but I was still able to go knock doors and sell jobs. So we kind of limped our way to 2020. And then 2021, we started building decks because there was a lot of requests. 2021, we limped our way to the inspection, how to deal with inspector, how to deal with permit, and how to just be a good company in general, how to service people. And then at the end of 2021, I hired a bunch of coaches. I hired a sales coach. You know Brian Diamond?
Yes.
Yeah. So I hired a sales coach, hired Jordan Mastermind Group in Claudio, hired Clifton to be the accountability, just to make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to. And then that's just how. So from that one incident where I broke my leg, if I didn't break my leg, I probably still hammering on the tool right now.
It's really weird, man. So Brian Diamond's one of my clients.
Yeah.
And so you're one of his clients.
Yeah.
And it's called Success Leaves Clues, doesn't it? Mike Claudio and I we're amazing friends, man. He's one of my best friends, and they're both amazing coaches. They both specialize in different parts of the business, though.
Right.
And the thing that I hear about you that I wished you gotta go back to like 1999, right? When I began, 1998. Dude, I didn't know how to find a coach. The internet wasn't really a thing. It was like 9,600 baud. When I was in college, I would like hit the button to download a syllabus from an email, drive to the school 10 miles away, go for an hour, come back, and it was still downloading the syllabus. So the smartest thing that I've heard you do is you realized that you didn't know what you didn't know. You went and investigated these people, is what I'm imagining, saw some consistency in what they're doing, and you were then willing to invest in yourself, not in them. You were willing to take another risk on you, which is another trait of a great entrepreneur. And I believe success leaves clues, man. And it's for those of us that want it bad enough that are willing to see that pathway through it. Let me ask you this. I have two questions for you. The second one is going to be, what are some of the struggles that you've really gone through since you started growing? But the first one, once you started coaching, take us through the kind of emotional roller coaster you went through that probably everybody that wants to, join a mastermind, hire a coach, whatever. What are the things that you went through until you started seeing some results with your coaches?
So for example, the struggle has always been to let go of what I thought was right. I call it like breakthrough, right? So I had a lot of breakthrough. I'm still going through some of the stuff right now. Well, the first breakthrough was sales, for example, right? Like, so Brian thing is one call closed, and I'm like, there's no way, you're gonna be able to close a $50,000 fraud. There's no way, man, And then I had a breakthrough. I'm like, oh shit, people really want to give me their money if I follow these steps. So that was the first breakthrough. And the second breakthrough was recruiting, core value, right? So 2021, if you tell me I was going to have 5 sub crew working for me right now, like I'd be like, you shitting me, because I was on the mindset of, I'm gonna train everybody. I'm gonna bring everybody in, and they're gonna do shit my way. Blah 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 blah. I never hiring subs, so that was my mindset. 2021, and then Clifton and Mike kind of changed that a little bit. So did Brian. So one thing led after another. So that 2022, I brought on one sub crew that was doing good. Second one, and now I got people knocking on my doors, wanting work. So now I don't have enough work for them. So now I have to hire a sales guy, and I'm training a sales guy right now. So it's just like Uh, I don't know if you read this book yet. It's called Theory of Constraint. So I'm just like, okay, I'm struggling right here. Let's put all my effort into solving this problem right now. Okay, so next problem is sale. Okay, now I'm putting all my effort in solving sales. So next will probably be SOP. So then I'll put all my effort into solving the SOP. So it's kind of like, I'm kind of like, let's just attack whatever is the problem right in front of us right now. So I would say I struggle a lot, but I expected it, and I mean I already gave the blood to the game. I already
Yeah.
broke the leg. So I always ask myself, hey, what's the worst thing that can happen, right? So it's really been an amazing ride, man. And the financial side is nice too, but it's not about the money. It's about seeing other people, like the sub crew of my employees, like they are building like mansion back in Mexico. Like that's what gives me the tingle in my stomach. Like they're taking a vacation, this and that. Like the money, it's just yeah, it's nice. I like money, but at the end of the day, seeing how something that I didn't think it was going to grow to this size that can impact so many people, that's what keeps me going. Otherwise, I could just sit back, relax, and take the natural organic growth.
Right. Dude, I think you not only hit the nail on the head, you just knocked it out of the park. I understood within about a year of me starting, and I'm in my 25th year, right? But it was a lifestyle change. Dude, this was me becoming a leader. This was me putting me to the test. And some of the things that you said, like those were the mindset I didn't keep for 1 year. Those were mindsets that I kept for almost a decade. Like, I'm going to employ everyone. I had 15 guys that I'm employing. And dude, it was like a babysitting service. It was like herding cats. If I could get them all to the workspace at the same time, and I came back at lunch, 3 of them were mad at 3 of them over here, and just I don't know, craziness, right? And then there was the vying for power, like who's the real super on the job when Kris isn't there, and all this drama. And it wasn't until I shut that first business down and started my second that I said there must be a better way, and I went to the subcontractor route. The other thing that I heard you say, and I don't want to miss a point on this because this I'm telling you, this is going to be a brilliant episode for other entrepreneurs to listen to. I was bringing in partners too along the way, but do you know what I never did is I never counted on, I just wanted to know if they had a desire to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of those people had a desire to make money, but I didn't realize who was the visionary and who was the integrator. And the problem is that some of these partners that I brought in came in as an integrator, but really what they wanted to do was be a visionary. And I was giving them a platform to get some self-confidence. And all of a sudden they wanted to start changing things that were working really well. And what I hear from you is that you brought in a partner who naturally is inclined, and it sounds like he's the integrator. And it allows you to be the visionary, and you're building that relationship. And he understands that the work that you do is hard. You certainly understand that the work he does is hard. But instead of working against one another, you're working as two that actually, I call it produces the results of 11. And beyond brilliance and beyond money and beyond alignment with the right kind of people like you, when I started seeing the people become successful, not just financially, but their lives started becoming better because they realized this is a place they can hang their hat, I started stepping into a whole new level of who Kris is. And I'm wondering for you, as you're going through these paces, you're going through them a lot quicker than I did. So congratulations. But as you're going through these paces, what's starting to happen for you? What vision are you seeing, and where are you going to help you understand how that vision looks better? Like, give me some of your routine after you tell me where you see you going.
So I see that that like this year I kind of set the goal really high. So next year we're going to taper up the growth a little bit and kind of shore up the foundation, the SOP, the job description, the roadmap where everybody can excel in the company. So next year I want to work on that, and then I see myself being out of the operation within 2 years. Cause to be honest, like I don't really know. This is the 100% true. I don't really know what I want to do with my life yet. So, and this thing take off, but I have to pay attention to it now because it's not only me anymore.
Right.
So that's my goal, is to be out of the operation, the day-to-day operation, in about 2-3 years. And my daily routine is I wake up and I go straight to work. And then I would work out after work. And right now I'm training a sales guy, so I kind of pour everything I have into him right now, just so he can take over sales, because sales is kind of one of the biggest pain point
Yeah.
in any businesses. So the vision I have for me personally is I just want freedom. I just want freedom to do whatever I want, whenever I want, however I want to, without oh, I gotta go see this person. I want to go see this person because it's a $80,000 deck or whatever. I don't want to be no slave to the money per se. So
being on the other side of that, like I have personal freedom. I didn't for a lot of years, man. So I like, they talk about the lover that you don't ever see makes you want to love him more. That freedom that I was going for, I didn't have it for years and years, decades, man. And when it finally came, not only is it everything, like I love it, but you know what's weird, man? I turned right back around and started wanting to help the very people that I know that are striving for it too, because I know that they have what it takes to get there. They just need some guidance. And so one of the things that I love about the trades, it's a loyal group of people. Like they might not be loyal to you, but they're loyal to the trades. And the beautiful thing is as you emerge as a leader inside of that, first in your own company and then in the industry as a whole, you can keep that mentality going. And it becomes something, it's a mission, and it's much greater than yourself. And the cool thing is that's the whole idea of iconic. Iconic doesn't mean that you're like a celebrity. Iconic means you become the best version of who you are. And I think that's part of the process. It's actually what I've understood to be the last part of the process is you got to go and give back to the very people so that mission can be carried on, man. And I really believe that you're on a track to do that. And I'm glad we've had the opportunity to like get together and have a conversation. If people wanted to know how to reach out to you, whether they want a deck, whether they want to hear some of your strategies, who knows what you're doing in the future, they just want to see what you're doing. What's one of the best ways people can reach out to you?
To be honest, I'm not really active on anything other than Facebook.
Okay.
Facebook is probably the best way to reach out on me, with me. And the DM is where all the conversation started.
Okay.
So, always slide into my DM, and then I love the idea of giving back to people, because I really think that's given me the most joy in anything. Just being able to just give without expecting anything, and to see the joy in people's faces when you are able to just contribute just a little bit. Not we're not out here giving millions of dollars away,
Right.
But to be able to do that and to give people an opportunity to do what they love is is amazing. Yeah.
Well, Luan, it was really great having you on, man. And we'll put your contact information in here if somebody wants to reach out to you. Sounds like Facebook DMs is the way that you operate. And I just want to say, man, keep having continued success at what you do. Keep becoming the best version of who you are. And you got a friend in me, brother. I've been in the trades for a long time. And even though I own multiple companies now, it's one of those things. This is how it started for me.
Right.
And the people that are inside of it, they're good, salt of the earth, hardworking people. And I love not only helping the laborers inside of it, but I love helping the leaders and seeing them grow. So if there's anything we can ever help you with, you just feel free to reach out, man. Thanks for coming on our show and spreading your knowledge.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Take care, guys.
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand.
Hey friend, if you enjoyed listening to this podcast, please leave a review and subscribe to catch future casts. If you really enjoyed this episode, make sure you share it so others can benefit from it as well. I'll see you in the trenches.